Hi Libra, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-April 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new, the channel is a way in front of us to what I call the bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is to look at the past, present, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well with some additional insight, and that's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side, we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Innocence. So this is the equivalent of the Fool in traditional tarot. This could just be saying that in the past, when you cross paths with this person, you might have just really felt your inhibitions loosen. You might have really just taken a leap of faith toward this person and, just really threw your heart into the connection with them right away. Past energy on their side, we have the Ten of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy here, and what I'm getting from this primarily, especially if you look at the artwork there, looks like they're about to board a train, so it could just be one of those things saying that maybe this person worked a lot, right? Or maybe they traveled a lot for work. So it could have been one of those things where they might not have been able to give as much energy to the connection as you would have liked it in the past anyway. All right, present energy on your side, we have transformation. So this is the equivalent of the Death card in traditional tarot. And if we look at the artwork here, we also see the names Pluto and Persephone. So it could just be one of those things where maybe this is an on again, off again connection dynamic that you guys have with each other. And possibly because of, like I said, maybe there's someone who travels a lot for work, right? So like, okay, now this person's leaving to do whatever they have to do for work, and then you more or less just go through that cycle where it's like, okay, you might have clusters of time when you guys are together a lot, and then when they have to travel, then it's like, again, like I said, an on again, off again cycle. So that could be what you guys are currently experiencing right now, and right now, of course, that would mean this would be the off part of the cycle. Present energy on their side, we have the King of Cups. So the Death card is a Scorpio energy, and so is this here. So for some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but not that. I feel like this is saying ultimately, like let's say this is more of you guys saying that you want to cut off the connection, right? Because you might feel like they're not present to the extent that you'd like them to be. If that's the case, I feel like this would be more of them digging their feet in, like, okay, well, even if you're saying you're going to leave, I mean, if we look at their body language there and pouring the drink, right? I feel like this would be someone who feels like, okay, well, that's what they're saying now, but I know they'll be back, right? So, yeah, so again, this seems to emphasize an on again, off again dynamic. All right, future energy on your side, we have magic. So this is the magician in traditional tarot. And yeah, so some of you might feel like you might ultimately try to bring this person back around to the connection, and not only that, but to possibly see things through your lens, right? So like I said, it seems like they're the ones who are more likely the ones primarily responsible for the on again, off again dynamic, and this could just be saying you guys are going to make an effort in the future to not only reestablish the connection, but to actually have them be more present in the connection and more consistently. All right, future energy on their side, we have the Three of Swords. So Libra energy here, definitely pretty dramatic artwork as well. So yeah, so this could be playing out a couple different ways. For some of you, maybe that could be how you draw this person back in, right? So let's say if you give a hint that maybe you're seeing other people, right? And that could spark some jealousy in them, and then they come back around all of a sudden. They're like, okay, I have to put in effort. Because like I said, in the present, we definitely do see what appears to be a bit of a cocky energy, right? To where they're like, whatever, they say that they're leaving, they'll be back eventually. I'm not even worried about it, right? So maybe you might do something that would bring that out of them. For others you do, this might even just be saying that they have someone else in the picture that they're dealing with, right? So maybe that's more of the reason for the disappearances. So you're gonna have to feel that out for sure. But either way, that looks like a bit of a dramatic energy coming from their side in the future. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, so to me, this is another indicator that more than likely says that you guys might have been the ones who were feeling those emotional feelings first toward the connection, and maybe because of that, for some of you might have also been the first to make a move in the connection as well. But at the very least, I feel like this is saying that you might have been feeling those emotional feelings romantically first. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Chariot. So this is the major arcana card for Cancer, and overall, this would be more of a positive energy, but in the context of the reading that we're talking about so far, right? If we look at the artwork there, looks like we have this person who's kind of guiding their vehicle, right? So could just be saying that this is just how they think things should be, right? So they might always want to be the ones in charge of how the connection plays out. So that could be why it's a bit difficult, and in their eyes, they might see nothing wrong with that, right? So if you do, on the other hand, right, then that might have to be a discussion that's had between the two of you. But to them, it looks like this is just how it should be, and they're not really open to necessarily changing their ways in that regard. All right. Next, we'll see what we get from the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. Just going to give this a few shuffles. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just cut the deck and we'll pull a card. And next, I'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck. So I'm just going to give this a few shuffles. All right, and take this card here, and we'll take a look at that Messages of Love card first. All right, we have Protected. It says you are safe and divinely guided. So, I mean, if nothing else, that seems to be a good message to get if you are going to be navigating a future energy where, like I said, there's some potential for drama there, right? So yeah, like I said, maybe for some of you, this is just going to play out in more of an innocent way to where you might, like I said, give off hints that you're going to start seeing other people, and then magically their schedule frees up and they could pop back in the picture, right? So, a little bit of a shady energy, but that could be how it plays out for some of you anyway. All right, and then more supportive energy here, we do see Go the Distance from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Here we go. There's the artwork, and the number is 47. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, the relationship message says you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So yeah, I mean, I do have to say with that message there and the protected message saying that you're divinely guided, it does look like there is potential for this connection to last. But again, ultimately what I feel like is playing out here is it looks like you will have to at least try to reestablish the boundaries somewhat to where this person doesn't feel like, hey, it's my way or the highway, right? You have no say in how things play out, right? And in that regard, you could get some more of what you want out of the connection, which would point more to that magic energy we see in the future. So hope that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.